Welcome to my Zoom Pilates session, my once monthly first Thursday of the month. I'm going to work on some foot activation or solar foot activation, down and up. This feels like a ship rising and falling at a wharf. Relax across your shoulders and your face. So imagine a smile across your forehead, across your cheeks and just below your collarbones. Down and up. Now, if you're at home, you may be no footstool, just bend your knees. Down and up. Keep the same angle on the knees. I want you to imagine that your feet are on a bird perch and you actually got bird claws circling around the perch. So press your toes into the perch, press your balls of toes into the perch, and imagine wrapping your bird claw around the perch. So you've got balls of toes, but also the area between the toe and the ball of toe. So you've actually got 15 points of contact, 5 toes, 5 balls of toes, and 5 in-betweens. And they're curling around your bird perch. So we take this feel of bird foot wrapped around the perch just into a little step forward like that. And we've got 5 toes, 5 balls of toes, and the in-betweens as well. 15 points just pressing into them out, and we can just feel that feel. And if you look down, I'd like to see that the toes are straight. We haven't got all sorts of hammer toe things happening. Just nice and straight. And try the other side. So this has got a nice activation of that forefoot now. You can feel it, it's warming up and activating. Gently pushing into the mat. Toes, balls of toes, and in between 15 points. I'm going to show you a picture of what is possibly the laziest part of the foot muscles. Here it is. It's the muscles that attach to the ball of the big toe. There you go. So here's the ball. We're looking at the underside of the foot. Here's the ball of the big toe. Now we have these muscles fanning out from the ball of the big toe out to the side of the foot and out to the side of the foot a little closer to the heel, and then also out to towards the side of the foot here as well. Now all of these muscles attach just the base of the big toe, but they actually feel like they attach just behind the ball of the big toe. So let's see if we can get a feeling and awareness of these muscles working. Start by putting a tennis ball under the ball of your foot. I'll show you. Perhaps I can just come a little closer with that. So it's just under the ball of the foot. And you can wiggle your toes, and they're working quite nicely. I'm going to do it on the ground. Ball under the balls of the toes. You can wave at me with your toes. So we just bend the knee and press forward, and the ball flattens. You can push as hard as you like, break the ball if you like. And you can look down at your foot, and when you flatten the ball, your front of your foot goes wide. Can you see that? Front of foot going wider. Just do that a few times. And just look at your foot and see it going wider. Pressing down, nice wide foot, coming off. This is a nice stretch for the muscles between the bones of the foot. All right, so next time we'll just plant it down, push it down. Now squeeze the balls of toes together and wrap the balls of toes around that ball. Imagine that you could pick the ball up and then come off and try it again. And this is working the muscle that runs from behind the ball of the big toe to behind the ball of the fifth toe. And you can get that feel like squeeze the balls of toes together, We'll try the other side. By the way, that feels a really warm foot now, right? We're just switching over. Give me a wave with your toes, and then just down, flatten the ball, the knees going forward. And if you look at your foot, you'll see the foot going wider. We'll do that a few times. You just look at your foot and you see it stretching wide. I think that for a lot of people, their awareness of the foot is that their foot's like a brick with curly toes on the end. But now you look at your foot, it's actually a living, very elastic sort of a arch and stretchy muscles, parts of your body. Okay, so we'll just go to the next part of that. This was actually getting that first muscle that works from behind ball of big toe to behind ball of fourth toe working. So we'll just run through this so that you've got 5 balls of toes gently pressing in. I'll say that again. We've got 5 toes gently pressing in. We've got 5 balls of toes gently pressing in, and the in-betweens. 5, 5, 5. 15 points, just pressing gently into the ground. Now we add to that this feeling of activation from behind the ball of the big toe. Ball of the big toe is pressing down. The point behind is pulling to the outside of the foot, just pulling over. And if I do that, toes, balls of toes, and in-betweens pressing, ball of big toe pressing down, behind is pulling over to the outside. And you see how that begins to form a banana foot shape. So pressing, ball of big toe, behind the ball of big toe, see that banana shape. And that's a really firm base of support and stability at the front of the foot. We'll come on off, and we'll do that on the ground. You just step forward, just like that, and press. Now your knee bends forward over about the 4th toe. Forward we go, toes, balls of toes, and in between, 15 points pressing. Now behind the ball of the big toe, pulls to the outside of the foot. This is a really solid stance. We take ourselves onto the wall, into a sort of a wall push-up shape. Now tilt your head a little forward and your hips a little back. We just go up and down, up and down. Yet head forward, hips back. Well, I don't want your hips forward. I want hips back, head forward. Okay, so you come up, your heels are up. Now push with your hands and push you down. Push down, push down. Curl the toes, balls of toes, and in-betweens into both feet, just pressing in. The spot behind the ball of the toes, pointing the outside of the foot. Here we've got it now. Going to do some things with these hands now, just make it a little more interesting. Take the knee, the left foot, and bend it. And keep your body going up, perfectly up and down. No sideways shift of the hips. Up, 15 points pressing into the ground. Behind the ball of the big toe is pointing the outside of the foot. We've got the left hand comes off the wall behind your back. Can you find your stability there? Your knee might be slightly soft. Change hands, up and down. Now this right hip will want to move to the right, just keep it coming up, and if anything, slightly to the left. Toes, balls of toes, and the spot behind the ball of the toes, switching over now. Okay, so the right knee bends. You got your 15 points pressing into the mat, and the point behind the ball of the toe, pointing to the outside of the foot, up and down. Up, your hands push you down. Take the right hand behind the back, and your body's a beam of steel, no side bends. We'll switch the hands over shortly. Toes, balls of toes, the point behind the ball of the toes, pointing to the outside of the foot. Change the hands over. You got your body absolutely upright, no side shift in the hips. Did you get a workout for your feet? Good. Show your monkey. It's just, here we've got the feet slightly far apart. Now if we think of the toes pressing in and the foot arch lifting a little, and the spot behind the ball of the toes pulling to the outside of the foot, we just bend the knees and send the hips back. And your hands, your wrists are dangling between your knees. It's monkey. You got your head up, really straight back. You feel your back muscles working. So just weight shift. And weight shift. You might be pushing your ball of the big toe into the ground just to help your balance here. So that's a single-legged monkey. Feel like skating. This is where this foot activation helps. Think of the ball of the big toe just behind this, pulling to the outside of the foot. So that's the weight shift. We do weight shift every time we move from one foot to the other, but we don't usually think about it. Take a little break. We'll go back into that monkey position. Let's just see now the knees are wide and the toes and everything pressing into the ground. Spot behind the ball of the toes, pulling to the outside of the foot. So we're going to like a skater action with the body very still. You got your instep on your ankle and just out and back and back. You don't need a stick. If you need a stick, you can use a bit of balance. Can you keep the body really still? Think about curling the ball of the big toe into the ground especially. All right, we've got 10. Weight shift. Ball of toe pressing. And we've got the instep on the ankle, out and back. And if you really feel confident, you go a little lower. Toes, balls of toes, and the spot between the toes, balls of toes. 15 points on the front of the foot, pressing into the ground. And the spot behind the ball of the big toes, pulling to the outside of the foot. And I think like 8, 9. Can we keep really still? There's no weight shift now, because the rest of the body is really still. Well done. All right, so there was not a lot of movement there, so let's just have, it's like I call this an office worker squat session. It's just to get big muscles moving. You've been sitting too long. Hug yourself from behind. Knees wide, hips back. And up, and again. And up, hug yourself in front, down. So you're just going down to the limits of what's comfortable there. You're thinking about working the front of the foot? Hug your neck. Hug your neck, elbows forward and together. Down and up. Down and up. I want you to use your eyeballs now. Down, looking down. Now look up with the eyeballs and come up. Look down. The eyeballs are looking up under your eyebrows and come up. It's good to get the eyeballs working. Squat, starting from, split squat, starting from the bottom. So here we are, we look like a guardsman on duty in one of those old Bible movies. Take the hand a little bit higher and just rise on up. And head on down. You can put a hand on your knee. And up we go. So I had a request for arm strength. You can put a little pressure on this arm here. And up. And once we got 6, we'll change side. Just one more. See, if you've got like a tripod shape here, the middle leg's back. You can put a hand on the knee, up. Use the arm to get the arm strength. So we're going well. You get quite an arm activation. You feel, can you push on the stick, feel the weight bearing in your lat muscle under your armpit. One more. One more. Rocking back on all fours. This is good for knee mobilization and a few other things as well. It's good if you push your fingers and the front of your palm into the mat. Just push the front of the fingers and fingers in the front of the palm into the mat. Did you notice that this is the same as what we're doing with the feet? Like we had balls of toes. We had like balls of toes, and in between. So we've got those hands doing something similar. Back and up, and back and up. You're exploring the range of movement in your knees. Or maybe there's some other body part that's limiting you. But here we are. When you explore your range of movement, you're at the boundary between the possible and the impossible. And over time, you're pushing beyond the boundary into what was not possible a month ago. So exploring the boundary between the possible and the impossible. So sitting back, can you feel a stretch in front of your ankles? Now, old ankles, especially us guys, they get pretty inflexible. And so you might be up here somewhere. But see if you can enjoy some stretch underneath there. Good. Okay. So if we walk the hands forward, put one hand forward, and just bend the elbows and keep them within the line of the mat. We're doing a little push-up. Maybe we'll do 3. Tummy's firming just to hold it together. But I don't have to cue that. It just happens. I did 4, walking back, sit back, walk the hands forward. The other hands forward this time, on the diagonal, elbows within the line of the mat, elbows close to the body, little push-up. And your tummy might just be gently firming and flattening. Come on back. Slide the hands forward. Puppy pose. And we're down in the stretch. You'll feel it somewhere on the outside of the armpit and the side of the ribs. You could rest your forehead on your mat or your carpet. Press the hands forward. And now come up and walk back. Puppy pose with one hand forward, just slide it one further forward. So at that long hand side, just press down and a little to the side. And relax the shoulder. You could rest your head down. Whew, relaxing. And come on back and walk the other hand out long. Down we go. Puppy pose stretch. This begins to stretch out the areas so we can prevent a frozen shoulder. And now for arm strength. Tight tummy, just to hold it together and feel comfortable. And this is rocking forward and back with the hands well forward and the knees well back. So still rocking forward and back. You see how that just totally changed there? You're more like a carpenter's sawhorse now. Down and forward. Show me the start of a rocking chair. Just like this. And first it's just elbows and shoulders go together here. So if we take the shoulders up and hug the neck and the elbows go up as well, you see that? And down again. You can join me with that. So the shoulders come up and hug the neck and the elbows sort of come up as well. And drop them. Okay, so next thing, just the chest lifting away from the hips. So chest lifting away from the hips. And just to keep these shoulders relaxed and wide and down, take your elbows a little bit down and wide, that way. So there you go. Chest lifting away from hips, elbows a little bit down and wide as your side of your neck now relaxed. And from here, down, rocking chair, and up. Chest lifting, elbows a little bit down and wide, and the neck's relaxed. Come up and check, lifting, elbows down and wide. Okay, let it down, go. We're going to rock and go down into the Pilates 100, 90, 90. So the elbows, again, just a little bit bent, a little bit soft and wide. Pump, 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 pump. It's traditional in the Pilates workout that the instructor now walks around patting his thigh going, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. But I like to join in and I watch the clock for 50 seconds because that's how long it takes to pump 100 beats. So which bit of your body is working the most right now? Is it your neck? All right, so if your neck's finding a little difficult, one hand behind your head, pump, 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 and if you had a hand, then we'll just switch over. Okay, take a leg to the ceiling. Now, just put one hand behind your head and reach up, touch your toe if you can. You feel your tummy working just to reach up there? And switching over, touch your toe if you can, or wherever you can reach to. Reaching. Just make sure that you're really reaching to that your tummy is working. And over, and just try the other foot. I'm just coming up, just keep it going. Yeah, you need a little tummy strength, don't you, to get up there. And with both hands have done that. So we've had over to, actually, yes, we will just go back to all fours. You see where I am now? We just take a leg out the side. Now we're rocking forward and back, and now we just slide out and back. Out, stretching, slide it back in. It's like you're shampooing my carpet for me. Slide back in. So just come in, and you can just feel how your tummy is working just to hold that in. Take that outside of the foot and get it flat to the ground if you can. Right now, you're beginning to work that spot behind the ball of the toe. It's pulling out to the outside. You get the outside of the foot down if you can. Hands together, this will be fun. Out we go. Stretching, pull it back in. We'll just do 3 more. So the outside of the foot's down, trying to get the foot flat to the ground. All right. Stretching, pull it back in. Last one's coming up. And the other side. Out, stretching, and back in. Beauty is you can choose how much you do this. Hands together, a little bit less control and a little bit more strength required. Hands apart, you get a little bit more help from the rest of the body. I'm going to continue with hands apart. You can join me there if you like. It's quite nice. All right, out we go. Stretching and back in. So for all fours, face the ceiling. This is a bent knee leg pull. Send your hips up. Need an arm workout? We got it. Okay, so marching. We'll just do 1 more each side. Standard leg pull, legs straight. We'll come up and see if we can count for 5. Are the wrists okay with this? If you have a problem with wrists, you could always go up onto your fists. I'm going to do hands flat. Up. 3, 4, 5. Smoothly lower. Why not just try fists and just see how we are? If you're already there, that's fine. Up. A little harder to go quite so high. And back down. And spine stretch forward. Chest lifting. You remember that? Chest lift. And the elbows adjust that a little bit down and wide so the shoulders go down with them. Slight bend in the elbows. And you can just get some floppy wrists there. Okay, so chest is really lifted. Spine stretch forward while you roll your head forward. Each vertebra rolls up and over the one underneath in sequence. The chest lift away from hips. You're reaching over your toes. Back of the neck's lifting, reach over your toes. Now rebuild the spine. Each vertebra rolls back, neck rolls up last, and again, rolling down. Lift the chest, lift the back of the neck, roll back up. And we just see 3 more spine stretch forward. Way to go. I want to see how well we can sit cross-legged. Cross your ankles. Get your hands and just pull your feet around. I don't know how you're doing at home, but you can just have something in there. So if you pull back on your toes, maybe it's a little hard to reach there. You put your hands under your knees, pull back. So you pull back on your toes, your elbows come in close to your ribs, and you can feel your shoulder blades come together. And without thinking about it, our chest lifted. And we're also getting that stretch in, you know, the old man's stiff ankles, getting that bit loosened. Okay, driver looks behind. This is the positioning. So imagine you're kind of seated in a car seat. You're more or less vertical with your chest. One sit bone will stay on the mat. Make yourself tall. The eyeballs will look out the back window of the car. One sit bone will lift. Look. Are the eyeballs doing the work? The muscles in the eyeballs pulling it around? Tall. Look. Back window of car. And you can just go, again, just look. And the body, every body part's in the twist, but your eyeballs are doing a good bit of the work. You switch the legs over and show me 4 with this other leg up. Let's see how we're doing. Oh yeah, that's working pretty good. Every body part's in the twist, not just the neck. You'll find out you can get another 20 degrees by getting the eyeball muscles to pull the eyeball around. Each eyeball has 6 muscles to pulling it this way and that. And if you don't work your eyeball muscles, they will get lazy and you will lose range of movement. Work your eyeballs as well as the other body parts. Okay, we'll just take the legs a little wider. Now, what I'm looking at here is like a seated freestyle swimming action, hand behind the back. Lift the chest. Fingers point back, so you really stretch. Get the wrist stretch, get the palm stretch, and you're sitting tall. Now the arm comes over, the elbow lifts, the shoulder lifts, and you dive your fingers down into about somewhere below your kneecap. Now do you feel the stretch in your lap dorsal inside the back? Up again, look to the hand, stretching the palm, lifting, looking, and dive. Okay, show me one more this side. Really point it back, stretching, fingers wide, looking out hand, and again, just elbow wide, elbow high, shoulder high. Yes, elbow should be about 90 degrees. Lifting, yeah. We'll switch sides. Stretch. Up at 45 degrees there, point it back, stretch the palm, elbow high. Yeah, elbow at 90 degrees, shoulder high. Stretching. Up and chest lift and stretch. And dive in and show me one more. Go back into all fours, rest position. Yeah, just rest position for breathing. And in this position, you can, with knees close to chest, breathe into the belly and the lower third of the chest, front and back. And breathe out. So again, breathe into the belly and the back ribs. Now relax and lengthen the neck. Then breathe out. This time breathe into the belly, pelvic floor, back ribs. Everything expanding like a balloon. The peak of the breath, relax the neck. And just breathe out. So observe the breathing into floor, belly, back ribs. Feel like expanding a balloon. And at the peak of the breath, just hold there and relax your neck. Do you observe how with knees close to chest, if you breathe into your belly like a balloon, you begin to breathe into the pelvic floor like a balloon as well. It's a nice relaxing stretch for lots of areas just by breathing. Come up like a lazy lion. Put yourself in ready for swan dive prep. The hands are by the chest, the elbows are like the back legs of a grasshopper. Now push your pubic bone into the mat. You feel your tailbone tuck a little bit. And just come on up. Hips are lift. I want you to feel the lower tummies firming and flattening like a drum. So you know you've got support of your very lowest spinal joint. If it's feeling all right, we'll just relax it off and let the hips sink. And then your body will tell you what's right for you. Some of us will drop the hips right down. We've got a cobra from yoga. And then down we go. Head up, shoulder blades together as you sort of roll up. And the hips will sink down to the right level. You can still tuck your tail and pinch the bottom together and just... And then down. We'll do 2 more. And we'll come down and look at the dart. Arms by the sides. And there we've got the arms up. 5 pumps with the pubic bone pressing into the mat. All right, now just take a look to the left shoulder lifts, and 5 pumps, little pumps on that arm. Then you can keep your elbow straight. Look to the right and little pumps. Tailbone curling in. Pubic bone pressing to the mat. All right, so put your head down, take a little break. Now take a right leg, just bring it up. Is that glute muscle working? You just check it out. Right, the dart, 5 pumps. Pubic bone pressing to the mat. And down with everything. The left leg lifts, you can just check out that glute muscle. You just, and does it firming up? Pumping. Cross on the elbows, swing stretch. This is a tummy stretch, so just let your tummy hang down. Just about everyone that's going to feel quite comfortable. You've got a nice backward bend in the spine, but it's at a level that most of us will take all right. If there's a problem, we just take yourself lower. I want you to take a knee out the side, just so the knee's on the outside there. Relax at the tummy, and the opposite side of the tummy will get more stretched now. This is where I know I've got some knots and tight bands in the right side of my tummy with that left knee out. How do you find this? And again, we can breathe into the tummy. It's under stretch, so the balloon filling is not so much now. Take the knee and try the other side. What's it feel like this side? So the knee's just outside the line of the mat, not too far. Propped on the elbows. Let the tummy relax. Get a little more stretch on the opposite side of the tummy. All right, so we take this same position with the knee slightly out. All right, so firm up your tummy and just let the hips lift. And just hold there, and then smoothly, slowly lower back down. We'll do it 2 more times. Up, holding. So just press your elbows in and let your chest lift a little. Now the hips slowly, slowly back down. And up, and just last time. Elbows press down, chest lifts. Now we're moving down slowly, slowly, hips down, slowly down. Just go the other side. And so lifting, hips lift. Chest lifts, pressing with the elbows. And then slowly lower. 2 more times. Up. And then slowly lower. Okay, we're going to pick the pace up a little. I'll show you what a letter U looks like with your leg. Just start from the start of a shoulder bridge position. Just take a leg up and down and up. Make a little letter U. So I've got the leg a little bit wide now. Down, across, and a little bit across the body. So that's a letter U. And just try the other foot. Down, a little bit wide and up. Down, into the body and up. So just get that little U movement. Up. Go back to the first leg. I want another little variation here. two Pilates principles. Take the leg up until immediately above the body. Now take it a little bit higher. Slowly lower. That's your pressure into the end of range of movement, Pilates principle. Slowly lower, given to gravity. Down like thistle down. Out and up. Press a little higher. Smoothly down. So we might go up quite quickly. Press into the range of movement. Slowly lower. Try the other leg now. So you're getting this idea of the U. Up we go. Another inch. That's you just press into the end of range of movement. Smoothly lower. Down like thistle down. Out and up. Another inch. That's where we're getting control and strength over the end of the range of movement. Up a bit more and smoothly lower. All right, so bridging. I just want your feet close together, your knees close together. Roll up into the bridge. Tailbone, hips, chest, up in your bridge. Now the shoulder blades are flat to the mat like dinner plates. Let's take the left leg up to the ceiling. Make a letter U. Come a little across the body. Okay, press a bit higher, like the toe's going to hit the hind wall. Down and out, up. Press a little higher, smoothly lower, and in and up. A little higher, smoothly lower, and out, up. A little higher, and back down, and bring the leg in. And just switch sides. Up. Did your toe touch the hind wall? Smoothly lower. Out a little and up. Up a bit more. Smoothly lower. And in and up. And smoothly lower. And up. Press a little higher. And back we go. Come on out. Well done. Just checking where I'm at. Get side kick. Okay, we'll just take that position now. This is a little easier. Hands behind the head and elbows a little bit up. Bent knee forward. Just take the one knee out and just let it hang as you get a little stretch on the inside leg and back up. Only 4. Down, smoothly lower. I'll press it a little bit more down and up. So this is the bent knee fallout. And one more. I'm going to do the other side. Can you keep the other leg still? The other side now. The other side now. Just one more. Okay. And I'm going to show you, this is relaxation position. I'll show you relaxation position at 45 degrees. We'll just let the knee drop, and we've got one hip up now to the hips at 45 degrees. This is like a bent knee fall up. We'll just bring the knee up, and then a little bit more, and smoothly lower. We'll just do 2 because we'll be doing something similar very shortly. Up, a little more, and smoothly lower. And so for relaxation position, 45 degrees, we'll bring the hips over and the opposite legs all the way down. Good. And up, a little bit more, and smoothly lower. And that up, and you get another 2 inches of movement, and smoothly lower. Clown position with the hands wrapped behind the head and the elbows forward. I want you to press your ribs into the mat like you're pressing your side body as a balloon into the mat. And I want you to lift the ribs and slide fingers underneath. So you can just get the eye of the curvy body up and down. With hands behind the head, that's quite nice, quite easy. Clams, for a clam, you just open the knee like a clam. Knee up, ankle down. All right, you know what to do. We'll do 4. And it's knee up a little bit higher. Ankles close together, and smoothly down. Again, up a little bit more, and smoothly lower. We can get into that rhythm now. That's a Pilates principle. Press into the end of range of movement, smoothly down. One more. And up, and smoothly down. Straighten the leg. Up, a little bit more, and smoothly lower. This begins to really work things. Can we do 4? Up, Keep the top hip forward and smoothly lower. All right, we get that last inch. You take that top hand and just imagine it's pulling the leg a bit higher and then drift it down. All right, so we haven't worked the lower leg, but we can just take this top knee up so the shin's vertical. The hips are at 45. This is relaxation position at 45. We can now work the inside leg. So this is like an inside leg clam. Up, back down, up. Now, we've already done this. I want you to take the ankle up now and smoothly lower. The coordination won't be there, but let's see if we can find it. Ankle up, press a little higher. It's a twisty action. Smoothly lower. Up, a little higher. Smoothly lower. This sort of thing, you won't do it anywhere else, but we're finding range of movement into areas we don't usually go. Straighten the leg. Up. This is arm strength for you. Press the elbow in. Smoothly lower. Right, 3 more. You're up. A little bit higher. Ooh, down we go. Up. And smoothly down. Last one. Okay, we can take that in all sorts of ways. I'm just going to bring my head up and put my head the other side. If you want to just twist your mat around a bit, you can. Sideline, clams, head hugged by your hands. Now the ribs lift, and the ribs press down like a balloon squelching into the mat. Up, and back down. Okay, so and just lift the ribs just enough that you can slide paper on your ribs. Clams, just the knee up, a little higher, and smoothly down. We can keep that going, just up, 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 more, and smoothly down. So we don't have to put big weights on our knees. We just get that last inch, a little higher, and down we go. Straighten the leg. Up, a little more, and smoothly down. This really works the lazy runner's hip muscle, the glute medius. Up, smoothly lower. Yeah, and then you down like thistle down. So we take the knee over knee, foot over foot. Just bring that top knee up and let the hips rock back to 45 degrees. We're working the inside leg. So just 2 with that knee lift, like a bent knee falling up, a little bit more, and back down. And now we've already done this, so we're just 2. Take that lower leg, straighten the knee, and we've got 4 times. Up, smoothly low, up, an inch more, maybe it's 3 inches more. By this time you can feel like that lower elbow, that's helping you out, it's pushing to the mat. 1 more. Show me that 1 more. Okay, we're going to show you a rocking chair and then something a little bit interesting. Chest lift, elbows down and wide. Chest lift, elbows down and wide. Down and up. Chest lift, elbows down and wide. Your neck should be relaxed. Down and up. Just checking how we do. All the time you can think, okay, you're looking between your ankles. Can you do it hands free? Now you just work with what you can do. Can you do it hands free? And again, elbows down and wide. Chest lifting. Yeah. Okay, so can you do it with hands to the mat? Now this was an arm workout. Try a little one first. This is Shelley Powell rolling. Same action, but the hands and elbows are working to slow it down. And again, chest lifting, elbows down and relaxed. Okay. I like to just palms up about this point and then palms down. So if you feel good with that, just send the sit bones up to the ceiling, knees stay at 90 degrees, up, and slowly come forward. And palms up and down again. Up. Slowly forward. And show me 2 more. You might go back to this version if you like. Right, tummy was working. Single leg teaser, put a band between your knees. Single leg teaser. Give you a minute. So if you haven't got a band, you just grab a cushion. It's just a gentle touch, just to know the knees are close together. Knee up. So you roll your spine down, and then you reach knees, ankles, toes, come up. Breathing out through pursed lips is going to sound like breathing through the nose. Inhale. Feel like power of steam. Inhale, knees, ankles, toes. Have we got one more? Yeah, it's okay. All right, so there's 3 on the other. Feel free to take a break. You might even say, well, I'll just hold that start position with hands behind and even do a little pecking action here. That could work out all right. Okay, are we ready? Out through pursed lips, like inhale through the nose. Power of steam. Have we got one more? Well done, great one. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're into side, yeah, okay, salute the captain with bent knees. It's going to look like this. We can do that. So, and notice we've got a bent elbow here. Well, press the back of that bent elbow into the mat. Up you come. Now take the shoulder blade and push it down to the back of that back of elbow. Salute the captain. Press the back of the elbow. And take this leg out long and just up a little higher. Press the back of the elbow down. Smoothly lower. And then come on out. We'll change to the other side. All right, so that's just a little bit of a challenge. So the easy bit is knees bent. You just find that configuration. You can feel the back of the elbow pressing down. We'll come up and salute the captain. Aye, aye, sir. Back of the elbow is pushing down. The shoulder blade's pressing down to the back of the elbow. Top leg. Up. Press the elbow down. A little bit higher. Smoothly lower. And then the hips go down. Now you might have a cushion at home. We've got a footstool here. Just sit on your cushion or footstool. This is Z sitting. So I've got one shin facing the front and one shin facing the side. Is the chest lifting? And the elbows are just down and relaxed, and the shoulders are relaxed, and side and neck's relaxed. You've got the weight equal on your sit bones. We want to stretch for the side of the ribs and the side of the neck. These arms might feel like moving like seaweed, but look for the stretch in the side of the ribs and the side of the neck, so the head goes over. You're looking up about 2/3 of the way up the wall. The ribs have opened to about 2 inches each. Over we go. Sit bones equal on the footstool. Over. Doing your best to find a stretch and also do it hands free, like the hands are free in the air. Side bend for the neck and the ribs. Good, we're looking over quite nicely here. Smiley cheeks. No one likes to look at a grumpy mermaid, so smiley cheeks and twinkling eyes. That's pretty good. Sit bones equal. Chest lifting. Side of the neck stretching, your head's over. So you're looking up about 2/3 of the way up the wall. See if you can keep both sit bones down. It's a little bit tricky one side compared to the other to get the stretch. You find one side you're working strength more than stretching, unless you're really flexible. Okay, just see 2 more. That's right. Okay, well done. When we press into the end of range of movement, it's just surprising how much effort you can be breathing quite hard, rolling like a ball. Now, if your lower back's not too happy, well, just hold the start position and let your chest lift. But here's bracelet grip in front of your wrist, in front of your shins here. Keep your eyes on your belly, and let it go. And keep your eyes on your belly, rolling like a ball. And maybe 2 or 3 more. Yeah, and you can just hold that start position. And just come up and can you deep squat? I'm going to deep squat with something under my heels. Now, you might have something just at home, a book or something. Now, in countries where they deep squat for toileting, there's very minimal scoliosis or side bends in spines. And the hip joints tend to last better. Knees might get a slightly more workout if you're bent down like this, working in the rice field all day long. But in actual fact, it's quite a healthy place to be. Show me monkey. So you've got the 15 points, toes, balls of toes, and in between, gently pushing into the mat. Knees wide and bent and hips back. Yeah, really straight. Feels like if you go down low, it's like you're jockeying on a racehorse. Now the toes, and here we go, the 5 toes in each foot are pressing into the mat, the balls of toes are down, and in between the balls of toes and the toes are pressing in gently, and we're past the finish line. Just hold there, and we're just warming down there. Think about the ball of the big toe, just behind the ball of the big toes, pulling over to the outside of the foot. Come on up. Roll down off the wall. So if you have your feet a little bit forward, measure your hips and head and shoulders onto the wall. Feet a little bit forward. And so the head rolls forward. Now each vertebra leaves the wall in sequence. And forward you go. Now your knees are going to bend at some stage, just a little bit. Is your head hanging free, like a rag doll? Just coming up, just seeing. So you just let your head dangle. Just let it dangle. Yeah, that's it. And so on the way up, well, each vertebra rolls up. Try and put each vertebra back in the wall where it came from. The neck rolls up and the head rolls up. Okay, so let's see. Take one heel back, so one heel's against the wall. I want you to try just lift the wall off as you step forward. Yeah, so you put your hands behind and smaller back. Push that back of the heel down, come off. Feel like you've still got the wall on your back. Okay. Now, just one more thing is wall ball massage. Now, I want to use the monkey and the 15 points of contact in the toes here. So we just find a wall. We've got a couple of balls. If you haven't got a ball, you might have a tennis ball somewhere, but if you don't, just join us in for where we're taking this. So monkey, hips back, knees a little bit wide, and you've got that nice weight on the front of the foot, 15 points of contact. We just put the ball in wherever you want to go. I'm going to go sort of just inside the left shoulder blade somewhere. And so I've still got knees a little bit wide, and if I've got all the 15 points of toes, balls of toes, etc., pressing into the ground, maybe I feel like I've got banana feet here and I can just nicely move up and down. Easy, like spring-loaded feet, means you just got lots of mobility, rolling around over the knotted, sore areas in your back. And this might be an acquired taste, but you go to the physio and they say, oh, you've got trigger points, you've got knots in your muscles. And they massage and then you go, ow, ow, ow. And then you walk out feeling 10 foot tall because the muscles have lost their knots. That's what we're doing here. We had a good hip workout. Did you want to try the hips, like the top of the hip pocket? And you still got banana feet with the toes, balls of toes and in-betweens, gently pressing into the mat. Up and down, arms free. We could even go to the side of the hip. And we're still thinking about toes, balls of toes, gently pushing into the mat. It's nice to compare one side to the other. Oops. And a quick check. Just got the banana feet and the toes working. Ooh, that's my spot. I'm going to work this a little later tonight. This is really quite knotted up. Okay. Well, any questions, you can email me. We do this once a month. Every first Thursday in the month, this is a special night. And people have been here. You've been a great audience as well. Thanks everyone for joining in.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanks, Bruce.
Welcome.